I these are like small games like which I have created purely using Python. So let me do this. Okay, so Python. Let's go with this block jump. Okay. So if you see here, so this is a code. I have written it. I actually like we see in Google Chrome, we got in case if there is no internet, we'll be getting a Dino game, right? So that I thought like I'll try to implement that. So I actually implemented with a kind of block here. Sorry. Okay. So if you see, this is a kind of image what it will go, and like you can this is taking, so this will, let me, Python block dot jump. So this, you can see these boxes are moving here, and you our user box is this blue one. So I actually kept it to close once you touch that red box. So I did not like, and like we can actually, this is able to read our keyboard input. So I'll show you code, like I'll walk you through the code like how I have written it. But see, I am pressing up button here and it is jumping up. Okay, so something like this, and it's also counting score here. So how I have actually done is, these are all a series of images playing one after the other. Okay, so this is a kind of video what you are seeing. So let me go into that code and show you what I have done. So this is the code here. So I have implemented using class. So I just called it like class here, and I have called few functions here, and I'm counting in case if it is one, like, so there is a flag which shows done. So if it is -1, game over, and you'll be getting a final score. And I actually coded it that done will be -1 once you hit some of the red block. So similarly, once like you reach some 1,000 points or something, Q1 will come up. So this is what I implemented. And when I go into the class, let me go into the class. Okay, so so I actually have kept it two different modes to play. One, when user can play, like it will move according to user. And one more thing, where it randomly selects between this left, right, stay there or up. These were the different modes where it can, which it can have. So, and you can see like the display name will come as drag and jump. So I kept it that name. Okay, sorry. Oh, is it a different? So Python block jump. So if you see there, this is like name come has a drag and jump. So what that, and you can see the score increasing, and then you're getting something, right? So let me put random here. So if it is zero, this is a list, right? So if you put zero, it will be taking the play mode as random. So let me put random and run it. So you will see like different. So see like it's going crazily up, above, down, and all, right. And once it hits, so this is one thing, and I kept the same size as 300 and 800, and three is like the RGB. So and 300 and 800 are like 300 rows and 800 columns. So that is about the same size. So and then I just these are like few things required. Gravity strength. These are all like game related things, like which I added it like few kinds of arrays. And this ego with ego. This is our box, like what our player box, that blue box what we got. So I actually have defined few dimensions for it. So which was okay, gradually moving. Let me put it one so that it will stay there. So if you see, this is like 15, 30, width is like 15, length is 30. So which were rows and columns again. And like once you move, it will move 10 steps forward, like in X direction, and 10 steps in Y direction. It's like rows and columns. Same. So I have configured it this way. So which you can change. Like similarly, this is our initialization. Okay, so this will be created once you call this environment class. So this init will run, and all this variable will get initialized. Okay, so this is like the first immediate thing. Like once you run your code, so let me go here. I have minimized this. So just with this part, it will actually do that initialize. It will run this initial function, and all these will get initialized. So if you put this self dot, you can access these variables in other functions within the same class, right? So that is why I kept all these variables with self. Okay, so this is about this. So let me put few more things. Okay, go forward, and and you can see one more thing here is next I'm calling reset. So let's see this function what reset is. So reset actually does nothing but just like the score is initialized to 0, and like the position of these ego x and y are the position uh, of your like blue block, and similarly existing blocks list like this I kept it for the kind of those red blocks what are coming, right? So that information will be saved here. So it is just clearing up the screen. Okay, completely resetting before the game starts. Okay, so don't get scared like if this looks quite complex. So you can understand it slowly while you try to implement this code. But this is slightly a complex code comparatively. So after reset, we are going to step. Let me go through the step. So where dynamic environment change, I actually started adding a block at a time. So block is nothing but one more square. I started adding one like currently to whatever existing block, I'm adding one more block to it. Okay, so and after the block is added, you can see like after few frames, if you see just one block, after some time one more block and third block, and it starts adding up, right? So that happens at this level. So where it starts adding one more box over there. Okay, and I have specified the color to be red, which will be seen at this level. This is, let me so that will be there in blocks visualization. If you can see, I have kept each different functionality. I defined it as a different separate function so that we can reuse that, like this create box, because like create box is just that box, right? We use it like every time when in case we want to add a new block. So I created a separate function called create box, and I have defined it somewhere here. So don't have to go in depth. I just want to show you like what the different things are there. So here I am giving the position where it should be and color of the blocks. Okay, like if it is ego parents, like our player box, it will be like RGB. So you have R, which was 255, GBR 0, so it will be in red color. Okay, similarly if it is sorry, if this is like blue like this, so blue BGR is the format here. So if it is here, if it is block is like 55 here, that same in like red block, right? You can see there is ego player is in like blue and these are red. So just for like kind of instead of pure red, I also kept a square which is white. So that comes at this level where I kept it like in a different color. Yeah, right. Like so, you can see these colors as like this will be in red and this will be blue. So and I actually have implemented a gray box in between. So which you can see here. So this gray box in middle, actually I have added that as well. So you don't have to go inside like so much. Like I just want to show you these stuff. So and like one more thing is after the movements of blocks. Okay, so movement of blocks is like the current position of block. We are moving it slightly. Okay, so let me go into the movement of block. So where what I am doing is this x value I am changing with some whatever parameter x block moved and block y. So if you see our code here, so how it is running, you can see these are moving at this rate, right? So that it is moving in x and not moving in y. So let me see where it is here. See, I have kept like x as 5 and y as 0. It means this it moves in x but not in y. Okay, let me put y as 10. Okay, and see like how it will move. So see, so it is going somewhere far from this. Okay, so it's because like it is moving frame by frame in x direction by 5 and also moving it in y direction by some value. Okay, so this is what is happening in this level. So let me not put that. So but I want it to be like this way, so I kept it like this. So why I don't want 0? So similarly, this is about this movement. So once you get the movement, it will automatically again we are showing the picture with that new coordinate. Similarly, this is about like I want to put some algorithm, so I cut that. And finally, I also define a reward where if it is hitting uh, if it is hitting the red block, if it is not in traffic, it will start increasing the reward value when it is not hitting. So when it is hitting, it will reward is -1. When it will decrease the value. Okay. So and if your score is greater than 1, the done is 1, and the score is less, like reward goes back, the score back goes back to 0, less than 0, then it will be -1. So this is about the a reward here, like whatever score what we give in games, right? So that is about that. So and one more thing, there is one way to capture your input, right? Like see if you put in user mode, so let me, if you are pressing up button, so it's moving up, right? So that we can do it, that is captured at this level. So by using this code, you will be able to capture, and there is some value given for each of the uh, like what you say keyboard button. So in case we press up, so this value will return this number. So I am checking if that is equal to that, then our user action is going up. Similarly, if it is equal to this, if this is going down. This will be available in the documentation. So actually, I googled it and got from the documentation these values, and I added it here. Okay, so this kind of plan we should be doing in case if we want to write a code or implement in some project. Okay, so kind of you have to make your project into small steps and implement it. Okay, this kind of code, like it won't be done in like a single day, but what you can do is you can split your code into write a pseudo code initially, and then let us say this is a pseudo code for my uh, this I can see like this is first pseudo code, and I just went into one step above, level below, and then added like some more pseudo code, and again like for each of them I implemented it separately. So this is how we have to code.